UFC Fight Night Moreno versus Albazi takes place this weekend. I'm going to be discussing the card and making some predictions for it. Also in the news, Belal Muhammad is out of UFC 310, and we're going to be discussing who should replace him and what the new main event should be. So, anyways, let's get into the video. Starting off with UFC 310, like I said, Belal Muhammad is out. Apparently, there is some sort of knee injury or something along those lines. But the point is, we're going to need a new main event. And they are actively looking for replacements to face Shavkat Rakhmonov. And I think the perfect opponent for that would be Jack Della Maddalena, JDM. Tell me, guys, Rakhmonov versus JDM is a badass fight. Now, this is really interesting because Shavkat is a bigger and stronger fighter who also has, really good kicks and submissions. But when it comes to the boxing, the clear advantage is in JDM's favor. I mean, he can tap you with shots. He can move his head really well, whereas Shavkat, he's more stationary and he's more of an upright fighter. We've seen Jeff Neal crack Shavkat a couple times, but JDM doesn't throw his shots with the amount of power as a guy like Neal does. So this is a really interesting fight because I think this is like that next generation type of fight. Both of these guys have been surging up the rankings as of recently, and we've been, discussing about a future world title fight between JDM and Shavkat. And I think now that Belal Muhammad is out, it is the perfect time for you guys to make this fight happen for the interim title. Jack has been resting. He's been on the sidelines since UFC 299 in March, I believe it was, and he fought Gilbert Burns, so he'll be rested up. I know he was already looking for a fight against Usman in Sydney, Australia, so I think they can scrap that, make this fight. They're both on win streaks. They're both undefeated in the UFC, I believe, so that is a badass fight for the title, and that's the fight that I would love to see. Tell me, guys. Come on. JDM, Shavkat for the interim title, UFC 310. Badass fight. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Jourdain Denise versus Derek Lewis. Denise is 2-0 in the UFC. He's beaten Austin Lane, and then he's also beaten Carl Williams. And obviously, Derek Lewis has been a staple of the heavyweight division for a long time. They actually have Denise as a favorite in this matchup, but this has second round KO for Derek Lewis written all over it. Denise is, he's a big guy, he's a powerful guy, but he's another fat heavyweight, okay? And the thing is, whenever Derek Lewis is fighting fat heavyweights, he's going to find your chin eventually. It's not like he's, some Cyril Gahn type who's going to pick him apart on the feet, or a Sergey Spivak who will throw him on the ground and submit him, or an Almeida that will throw him around on the ground. This guy is another fat heavyweight that's going to stand and bang with him, and I think that Derek is going to find his chin and he's going to put him out. Like I said, either end of the first or second round. So they have Denise as a favorite as well, according to the betting lines. I think there is some money to be made with Derek Lewis here. Erin Blanchfield versus Rose Namajunas. Guys, I'm going with Blanchfield. The odds agree with me. They have her as a slight favorite. Now, both Rose and Erin Blanchfield have both lost to the same girl recently, Manon Fior, and she's a very bad matchup for both of these girls. But when we're talking about this matchup specifically, Rose is coming up in weight, and I think Blanchfield is just going to be the more physical fighter. I mean, since she is coming off of a loss, and she didn't look, like the most strong or ripped girl in the division, but she has a couple really good wins. She's beaten Thiago Santos, or what am I talking about? Yeah, Tyla Santos, my bad. And she's also beaten Jessica Andrade. Yes, that's right. So I think Blanchfield is going to get a hold of Rose. I don't think she's going to be clueless in the striking. Rose, she didn't really create much damage, Rose. She's not that KO threat that she was at 115, because when she moved up in weight, these girls are bigger and these girls are stronger. So I don't think Rose is going to be doing too much damage on the feet, and I think once Blanchfield gets a hold of Rose, she can throw her down, twist her up like a pretzel, choke her out. I see a submission win, maybe like an armbar or something in like the second or third round, or maybe she'll just hold her on the ground and get a decision wins because WMMA is pretty unpredictable. So I'm going Erin Blanchfield either by late submission or decision win. Okay, and now for the main event, Brandon Moreno versus Amir Albazi. I'm going to pick Moreno, but I'm not sure, but the smart money does say Moreno. I mean, Amir Albazi, he fought Kai Kara-France. He got a decision, which I'll tell you what, that fight was one of the biggest robberies I've seen because Kai Kara-France clearly won that fight, and I have no idea how they gave Albazi the decision. Now, Moreno, he does worry me because, I really do question if it's tight, close fight, if he's really going to put his body on the line and really go for it anymore. He seems content with his career, and he doesn't really seem as hungry as a fighter as he was before. But in this matchup, I think skills are going to pay the bills, and I think Moreno is just a more well-rounded fighter than Albazi. I think his boxing is better. I think he could take this to the ground if he needed to. I wouldn't advise grappling with Albazi because that's where Albazi excels. But Moreno is much more capable on the feet, and if we have good judges and there's going to be based off damage-based scoring, I'm going to probably see Moreno getting a decision win is what I'm going to go with. Moreno by unanimous decision, winning maybe a 49-46, maybe 4 out of the 5 rounds, or 48-47, 3-2. So that's what I'm going to go with. Moreno, decision win. Anyways, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the whole video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you did subscribe. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.